Hey everyone, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we have this Volkswagen Tiguan and we're going to do the side chrome delete installation for this vehicle. So this is how the side panel looks before doing the installation, and this is how it looks after the installation. So we use the gloss black material in order to black out the side panels. Link for the product will be provided below, but with that being said, let's start with the installation video. These are the tools you need for the installation. So before we start with the installation, we need to make sure we prep the side panels. So we're going to need slip solution, which contains baby shampoo mixed with distilled water. If you do have any harsh contaminants, let's say any wax, oils, grease, or any coating on the side panels, you can also use Tech solution, which contains 70% isopropyl alcohol mixed with distilled water. So we're going to use our slip solution and a clean microfiber towel. Spray the solution onto the microfiber towel and make sure to remove any contaminants that the side panel may have, and also just clean around the surrounding area just in case if the film does touch the window or the paint, it doesn't catch any contaminants. And if you do have more contaminants and you weren't able to remove it with the slip solution, you would go ahead and grab your Tech solution, spray it onto a clean side on the microfiber towel, and just do the same thing. Remove the contaminants that you weren't able to remove, and then once you're done with the prep, make sure that everything's dry. That way the adhesive on the film is able to tack down to the panel. Okay, so once you have your kit, this is how it would look. This is for the driver's side section of the vehicle. So for piece number 1, you will go ahead and grab this one right here. This long one here would be for piece number 1 here. So all we need to do is just align the tip of the edge right here and align it here to this section here. So just place the film to the panel, that way it doesn't fall off, and align it right on the edge. Okay, so it should be like this. And then make sure before you tack down the rest, make sure you're giving yourself enough material to cover the bottom and the top section of the panel here. And then once you're done, you can use either the top or the bottom to guide yourself to align the rest of the film. Just make sure everything's being covered and adjust it as you go. So once you place the film, grab your squeegee, start taking it down, help remove any air bubbles that are underneath the film. And then once we're done tagging it down, we're going to apply heat. That way we help the film start molding to the design of the curve on the top and on the bottom. Okay, and you can use a heat gun or a hair dryer, doesn't really matter, just as long as you have a heat device and use it on the lowest setting. And when you're applying heat, apply it evenly, just so we can help the film start molding to the design of the curved section for the top and the bottom. And then you can use your finger to help it tack down, or you can use your squeegee to help it tack down, whatever you're more comfortable with. And you just do this all across until you reach to that end. Okay, so once you finish applying heat, you may notice that you have excess material on the lower section of the panel. With the excess material here, you can either do two things. One thing, the first thing you can do is tucking in the film underneath this gasket right here underneath the window. You will just need to lower the window just a little bit, that way you're able to move the film and tuck it in underneath the gasket here. So that's one way of doing it. Another way is just trimming off the excess material. Tucking in will be much better, that way you don't have to place your blade inside here. So make sure you roll down the window, pull the gasket just a little bit under, and then tuck in the film underneath. That way you have full coverage on the bottom section. This will be just a little bit time consuming, but if you don't want to enter your blade, you would just do this method. But if you do want to trim off the excess material, it would be kind of the same process, but instead of tucking in, you would separate the gasket from the panel here, just like that. Take out your blade, insert it right here in the middle gap, and just carefully trim off the excess material. And then you just remove what you don't need. So either you tuck in, or you could just remove the gasket just like this into your blade, that way it has a gap, and trim off. But if you do want to tuck in, you would just expose this area here and tuck it in. And for the edge right here, you will need to trim it off since there's no chrome on this section here. So you find the edge, all we need to do is just take out our blade. We only need just a little bit. Find the edge here into your blade and trim it off, just like that. And then with a little bit of heat, we'll help it tack down around the edge here. Okay, and then make sure to apply heat throughout the entire panel where we trimmed off the excess material. That way the excess material doesn't lift over time, or that way the film doesn't lift over time where we trimmed off. Okay, so now for piece number 2, same process. If you want to tuck in the film, just make sure you have the window rolled down, that way you have this area to work with. And with this one, we would start off around this section here. So when you see the film, the curved area or the slope is on this section right here. So same process as how we did it for that one. Align it on the edge, work your way, aligning it and tightening it down until you reach it here. And then you just use your squeegee to remove the air bubbles, tack it down, then apply heat. And then after applying heat, either tuck or trim off the extra material. And then don't forget to trim off the side material here. Okay, so for the last piece, piece number 3, for the side chrome delete, it would be this section here. With this one, we want to make sure we start by aligning the film to the edge here first. That way we have full coverage on this area, and we just slowly work away until we reach to the other end. So just align it on this edge here first. Make sure you have coverage to cover the edge, the top, and the bottom. So we should be good there. Everything's being covered. And now just use the top half as a guide to align the rest of the film, just like that. Make sure you don't leave any chrome showing like this. Make sure you're covering everything up until the gasket, and then everything else should just fall into place. And if you need to lift and adjust it due to the fingers here, we could do that afterwards, but for right now it's just aligning on the edge right here. Once you've placed the film, double check and see if everything is covered. We're good here. Good everywhere else. Okay, so just grab your squeegee, start removing all of the air bubbles underneath the film, tack it down, and then we'll apply heat just like how we did it with the other 2 panels. Apply heat, that way we help the film start molding to the design of the panel, and then any excess material that we do have, we will trim it off. Okay, and then just double check and see if you have any excess material. If you do have any excess material, let's say on the top or on the bottom here, you just create an outline with your finger. That way you know exactly where to trim off the excess material. So let's say you have excess material here, create your outline, and then just trim it off slowly. And then remove what you don't need. So just go all across, double check and see. And then once you're done trimming off the excess material, you would apply heat. Just make sure, don't forget about trimming off the excess material right here on this end. So same process how we did it with the other panels. Find the edge. You can have the door open or closed. Just find the edge and trim it off slowly, and then remove what you don't need. And then once you're done trimming off everything, apply heat to seal the edges. And then the last thing to do once you finish with the entire installation is to post heat. So once you finish with the entire installation, the last thing to do is to post heat everything. So you're just going to use your heat device, use the lowest setting on your device. That way you don't accidentally burn the film. But if you're comfortable with using the highest setting, just make sure not to focus on one area for too long, because then you might accidentally burn the film. So take your time applying heat evenly throughout the entire panel. And then once you're done with this step, you're done with the installation. So that concludes the installation video for the side chrome bleed installation for the Volkswagen Tiguan. We hope that the video helped you guys out with the installation. Don't forget to drop a like on the video, make sure you subscribe and turn on that notification bell. That way you don't miss any of our upcoming installation videos. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.